Hello there, followers of the great Apollo. Did you come here asking for an oracle? Are you searching for your fortune, for your fates, to listen to the prophecies from a god's mouth, straight to a mortal woman's ears, and thus learn about your fate? Did you book an appointment? No? Did you enlist brought some riches, a sacrifice to show your love to me?
Who the fuck is calling?
Hello humans, robots and others from all around the world. As you can see, once again we're dressed up as a funky little god. I wouldn't call Apollo a little god, but you get the point. As a fucking god. As a fucking god, as a funky god. Oh my god. I can't talk, I can't do anything right. So, TLDR. Not TLDR. Oh my god. So dressing up as Apollo, it was really funky. I really wanted to make to you guys a little funky ass video, like a small, what's the word? Sketch, there we go. A small sketch where somebody will go up to the Apollo and ask for something in the Delphi, but the Apollo will be like, no, you can't really ask that because it's the winter time. We'll be talking about that in a bit. But alas, technology fucking hates me, which is so weird. Every time I want to do something for the channel, it feels like technology, sorry about that. Technology is super against me, and I just can't seem to do things correctly. My, what's the word? My recording system will not be recording correctly. I believe that the wire for my microphone is probably getting a little bit, it's like, I think it was pulled a little bit too much. I'm probably going to have to change it. I was recording this little video on my phone on TikTok, and TikTok decided to just, you know, fuck it. I'm not even joking. I finished making the part of the peasant that wanted to go for the oracle, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna now record the Apollo part. And when I started to do the Apollo part, it just, you know, went to my For You page and deleted everything. I think this technology has a beef with me every time, and I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna record it in a video, I'm gonna do something for my channel, whatever. Anyways, that's not why we're here. We're here to talk about Apollo. You know I'm fond of country song, but there's so many sorrows gone. I think God is in the wrong. Whoever does not know, Epic is an amazing song. So I'm so sorry for the little music break. It's not really a music break. My voice is not really that much of a musical thing. But you know who's a musical thing? Apollo. So we're talking about Apollo. I think I have to talk about Apollo multiple times. But I believe it's really funny because I went to the Delphi, and you're going to be like, oh my god, Ares, you, a fan of the mythology, have not went ever in your life to Delphi. Delphos Salinica. No, I mean, I have, but I was like, baba. I mean, it was not baba. I was like, I had brains. I mean, all babas have brains, but I had a functional brain that has memories and remembers things, which I did remember some stuff actually. I remember the areas that we went around for the Delphi, and I do remember the ecological place outside the museum. I haven't, because I think the museum sort of thing is happening in 2004. Who the fuck is wanting me? So anyways, highly recommend it for if you guys ever come to Greece to go visit the Delphi. It is a little bit of a hike. I wouldn't say actually a hike. You have literally what's the word? Stairs. There are little stairs that you can actually go up, and it's much more easier, I believe, right now for us than our ancestors. You know, about the ancient Greek people. Although they do seem like they were made back in the day, but you get the point. It's an amazing ground. It's an amazing view. It has amazing history. So sorry. And the ecological museum and the museum next to the Delphi is also a great place to go and visit, because many of the statues and stuff that exist in the archaeological site are not there anymore, not because anybody has stolen, surprisingly, but because they are safer inside the museum. It's the same thing with Acropolis Museum. not the point why you guys are here, but I really recommend everybody to go to the Delphi. Now, you're here for the mythology part, the Apollo part, and why the fuck I wanted to talk about him. Now, Apollo, as everybody knows, oh my god, please stop it. Goodness gracious. Now, as everybody freaking knows, Apollo is one of the most handsomest gods. There was this thing that's called Apollonian beauty that even like beautiful thing is this word? Yeah, Pretty Helen, Sauce Beautiful Helen, get the point, had the blonde hair, the blue eyes, the fair skin, just all that beauty. That's called the Apollonian beauty because it came from Apollo himself. So sorry. So, who was Apollo? Apollo, according to Greek mythology, is one of the bastard son of Zeus, obviously, along with his twin sister Artemis. Now, not to be confused with the god. Well, the Apollo is the god of the sun, but the sun god is Helios. Not to confuse those things. That's why, for example, in Epic, in the musical with the Odyssey, when they kill the cattle of the sun god, that's Helios, not Apollo. Apollo is the god of the sun, but the sun god, like the personification of the sun, is Helios. Just like the moon, Artemis is the goddess of the moon, but the moon goddess is Selene, which is pretty interesting to say and stuff like that. I think in the Roman parts was where like they got a little bit mixed up and everything just got mixed up again. It's fascinating how the Romans really did fuck everything up. Anyways, back to the things that I was talking about regarding Apollo. As I think I have talked about him before. As I think I have said about before, I believe in the video about Artemis. I don't remember if I have done about Apollo. I maybe have done. I guess I'm just vibing again about Apollo. He was the one of the twin brothers of Artemis and here. According to the myth, their mother, Leto, like when Hera learned that Zeus once again went with another woman, she went to Mea, the goddess of the childbirth. What else birth will be? Anyways, get the point. And she hid the fact that Leto was pregnant. So Leto was left being pregnant for many more months than she was supposed to. And that really put a toll on her, that really hurt. But then, of course, Zeus learned that, and, Mea was like, oh shit, okay, yeah, go woman, give birth. And she gave birth first to Artemis, who then helped her mother give birth to Apollo, and because he was really hard. He was he's a little fucking little baby to come out. Apollo is the god of, goodness gracious, music, healing, oracles, the sun, healing, by the way, means medicine as well, and music. Now, regarding the music part, we're going to talk a little bit about it later, but let's focus on the first one, the ones in the beginning. So, the one thing that the Delphi had, and the one thing that I want to focus on a little bit, it has to do with the oracles and the music part. So this is the two ones I'm going to be focusing on. Not regarding about the healing. No, we're not going to focus on the sun part. We're just going to focus on that. According to the myth, back at the beginning of the old time and everything, when Gaia existed, just stroll around, she had put a task at Python Stylinica, and that which was a snake. Well, snake dragon, get the point. It was a dragonic like snake, etc. And she had put a task on this little dragonic snake, and she was like, hey, this place is like very super duper holy and very duper super whooper humper. What's the name? Oh yeah, like it has so much energy regarding the oracle's powers and the fortunes and the future and the sizing of the future, so guard it. And he was like, gotcha. It's like, gotcha. So he just like guarded the place. When I think it was a little bit before the titanomachia slash gigantomachia, Apollo stumbled upon this little snake guy. Oh my goodness gracious! And he decided it was, you know, he liked the place. It had a pretty good view with the sun. It was pretty high. It was a nice place. And he decided to, well, no, he did not decide exactly. He attacked the snake, and the snake attacked back because it was like, oh, I'm supposed to guard this place. I'm gonna guard this place. And then Apollo proceeded to kill Python in an act of self-judgment. He saw it as a threat, he saw it as something that he needed to kill in order to get this place around here, so thus he killed the snake. The body of the snake, slash its blood, then proceeded to be sipped into Gaia, since he was the one who put, you know, the protection and all the, put the snake to be protecting and all the stuff. Sipped into Gaia, slash was like underneath the earth. And then it granted the area the energy and the magical abilities of the Oracle, and thus giving the title, in the long title of Apollo, of the God of the Oracles. Now, given the task every single month, once a month actually, anybody could climb up the mountain of Delphi Mountain. Μωρέ, τώρα τι να σου πω και εσένα, βουνό πες το. Could climb up Delphi and seek out the oracle's powers of Apollo, and of course of Pythia, the one who got to know exactly what Apollo was saying. But keep in mind, we do not want to give such oracles, we don't want to tell somebody's future and be the ones in charge of them doing it wrong, because that of course can happen. It's kind of like, you know, when you throw the tarot cards and somebody tells you, oh, I see riches in your future, and you don't see the riches, and you're like, you lied to me, I put all my fate into that thing. That wasn't something that they wanted to happen. Let's keep in mind that according to the ancient Greeks, they did a lot of things, considering that, you know, gods had flaws like humans. So the sayings of Pythia were never really something not exactly steady. It wasn't really something that somebody could like. It wasn't like, oh yeah, go there and kill the guy on the left, because that means that you're going to win the fight if you kill the guy on the left. It was more like, once you approach there, you will see someone. The one who will catch your eye will be the one you need to end. End him and the battle finishes. Do not, and your end too shall come. And you're like, who the fuck is gonna catch my eye? What does this mean? Is this somebody going to be extremely weird? No, it usually meant that somebody was going to probably hit you in the eye, catch it, and you were like, ah. But you get the point. They were really weird. If I remember correctly, it was on the father of Jason from Jason and the Argonauts that he said, be wary of the man with the one sandal. I find that fucking hilarious. Imagine if somebody was like, hey, I want to know about the future. What's going to happen to me as a king? What is going on? Beware of the man with the one sandal. That does not give me shit, man. The oracles that were sent by Pythia and eventually, you know, been sent by the god Apollo were never clear, just to make sure that there will be any issues slash problems with that. And of course, that was the most funkiest part, I believe, that, you know, exists in the whole Apollo thing. As I said before, also, they were only taking one person slash people, you know, like, oh, we are the Athenians, and we have come to ask about how our city was going to go, etc., etc., only once per month. Which made sense. It's supposed to be an oracle from the god himself. He's not going to be around you 24/7, but it also gives a pretty big space between seeing who will be taking the next oracle. Thus, many people and many cities of Greece decided to give some donations. I will find the exact word and put it over here. into to the Delphi temples. Those were either beautiful statues of depicting Sphinx or beautiful statues showing off and writing off the names and passages of many stories, hymns towards Apollo, and even a small little temple holding inside riches beyond the human's mind, only and only to get first in line or grant the thanks and benefit of the gods. That's remarkable. That also was not only, of course, the reason why they did that, also of a sense of prestige, wanting to show to everybody who went to Delphi to praise to the gods, just to see the site and be in the temple of the god Apollo, that they had not only money but also fame. And look, this little temple was made by Athenians. This beautiful, tall, 12-meter 12-meter tall. Πώς λέγεται κόλλα στα αγγλικά? I don't remember the word. On the top with the Sphinx was created by the people of Naxos. That gave prestige, that gave fame, that gave, showing off to anybody else who was there. That was also another reason why they did the donations. It wasn't just only that. Plus, let's not forget that actually many times there were some places and some ancient not places, what's the word? Some architectures that were actually done by donations from the finances of a war, like from the riches of a war. A war will be done, and every single town slash city that joined in would pitch in 1%, not 10%, I believe, of the riches that they took in order to donate that to create something to show off. That was not just to appeal to the god Apollo. That was not only to be like, oh, thank you so much, God, for giving us a pretty good oracle. That was also to show off their prestige and to show off that we beat them up. We beat them good. Look what the money the 10% of the riches that we gathered each city together did. Aren't you impressed? That was indeed impressive. Now, regarding Apollo and the whole thing that was talking about the music, we all know regarding Apollo and music, we all know the myth with Hermes. I believe I have said it before about the myth with Hermes, but that's not what I wanted to point at. Apollo had a really close relationship with music and the arts. Also the god of the arts. I forgot to mention one of the gods of the arts. He actually shared his temple, his holy site, with Dionysus. Something that is not uncommon for Dionysus. I mean in general. Something that's not uncommon for temple sites to be sharing with other gods. So according to the lore, Athena even had a small little temple at the site of Delphi. This is not uncommon for other gods to be present in the holy grounds of someone specific. It's not uncommon, and it does happen, but specifically with Apollo and Dionysus, it's different because according to the myths, Apollo had some had some second thoughts, had some shame regarding his self-judgment on the snake Python. So every single winter, he left from the temple, he left Delphi, and gave it to Dionysus. And he was like, Dionysus, you take the keys of the temples. And there was also a theater out there, so where Dionysus could do little festivities, etc., etc. But he gave the keys to Dionysus, like, take them. I have to indulge in self-hatred and self-thoughts because, I did that with the self-judgment. That was when Orestia existed, because we meet the end of self-judgment, aka acting upon an action without a court, without the judgment being present in general, not to do it something on your own. If someone stole your goat, for example, you could go and kill that person. They stole your goat, just go and kill them. Nothing is going to bat in a freaking eye. But that was not something that, you know, it kind of needed to end, you know? You couldn't just go and kill someone because they stole your gold. There needs to be a justice system, and the justice system comes with Orestia. It ends with the self-judgment of people. If someone killed your dad, that doesn't mean that you can go kill them back. That means there needs to be a court, and people need to decide the fate of the person that has killed your dad. That's what Orestia is about, and not about the end of the matriarchy. I'm looking at you, old historians. The manasas mesa. So, we have Apollo, a god who has so many things, and I could talk about him again so much. I think I could talk about every single god, like there is no tomorrow. If I see in my encyclopedia, there are many gods that have less chapters than others, but all of them have so many chapters. Also, the encyclopedias that I have are also regarding our sayings regarding one only historian, you get the point, not of the others, which means there are so many other parts on the internet that has just something else to say. Whew, that was a little bit. I talked a lot. I yapped a lot in this video. I always yap a lot about the Greek mythology. Oh my goodness gracious! I always talk a lot about the Greek mythology, but I think like this was something that I really find it so interesting because I went there and I really loved it. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoy this kind of video, I do have much more Hades inspired game and, you know, talking about the Greek mythology, so you can check them out in the playlist link that I will put in the description below. Also, if you enjoy this, leave a like button and maybe say something in the comment section as well. Maybe comment on the fact that, you know, Apollo did not really just, you know, went down from the Delphi because he felt shame, but because it was kind of cold. You know, it's winter, it's a little bit higher in the mountains, so I mean, I wouldn't judge him. I'm a person who gets really cold easily. Plus, he's the god of the sun. You would not like cold now, would you? And if you guys want to see me in general, you can click the subscribe button down over there. There's a notification bell, you can click on it as well. And if this is not your cup of tea, I have also made some other videos regarding scary games, Disco Elysium, and even dating simulators. Wink wink. So yeah, I'm gonna go get that off because my head hurts. Thank you so much for watching. Rubber Harris will be signing out. Bye.